just great. All right, so I am now live. Or I should be. Looks like it is. I can't believe I didn't set it to blooming public. How long am I live for? Probably a couple of hours, mate. Till about 4:30. Actually, know what the time is now. Okay, Connor, you able to check that for me, bud? It says waiting for me. Why is it waiting for me? Double check again, because I think it just started. I can hear the audio on it, so something's obviously kicking off. Wow. Nice. All right, so if you can hear me on YouTube, it's the first time I've ever gone live on my GoPro. So something a little bit different. I can't see the chat, so that's the only downside. Can't answer any questions till I've figured out actually how to do that. But I am on both. I'm live on TikTok and YouTube. TikTok from above the table, YouTube from my head camera. So hopefully you guys can hear what I'm saying and see what I'm doing. If you want to look at both views, then obviously check them out. If you've got any questions on either, I can see the chat on TikTok. So again, if you've got any questions on TikTok you want to ask, feel free to ask. I can't see the chat, the questions on YouTube. But obviously, well, I need to figure out how I get YouTube up on my TV, basically, so I can screen mirror what's happening. Let's see if any chats come up. Chat, is there any chat? No, there's 9 people watching, but there's no chat. Oh, I can see the comments. Jordan, love it, mate. Perfect, Jordan, appreciate that. So to see the comments on YouTube, I'm going to have to read my phone. I can't actually see the TV. Like comments on TikTok, I can see directly on the TV. So again, live on 2 platforms. TikTok is above the table. YouTube is on my head. My YouTube channel is the same as this. Attacking 8 Ball. So be sure to check them out. Should be able to hear music on TikTok as well. Won't be able to hear that on YouTube because the speaker is up on the wall there. All right, what do I want to do here then? Yellows, likelihood of a clearance, slim to none. Need to end up here really for that yellow. Let me stop. It's not a good shot. Can't really see either of those two. I think I might be able to see enough of this one and move that red at the same time. Oh, could as well. All right, that was the practice frame. Let's go. Again, if you're watching on TikTok, camera's above the table as we speak. If you're watching on YouTube, I don't know how loud I am because the camera's obviously directly next to my head. If I'm speaking too loud or if whatever, just let me know. First time I've ever gone live from my head camera. So let me see if I can see any questions. Just Jordan writing, looks good. Okay, let's start counting. So it's trying to clear the table from the break. All right, write the color that you would go down in the, go for in the chat. So reds or yellows. Yeah, write what color you would go in the chat, guys, on TikTok, YouTube as well. You can do. Let's have a look. See if we got a comment. Sound is good. Perfect. Appreciate that, mate. This is a tough one. Yellow's arguably the better ball because they're spread out nicer, but this one really only goes in there. And the first yellow, you can't see that. I can see that. And I think because I can see that ball and get back to roughly here for either this ball or this ball to the middle, I'm probably going to play yellows because I don't like the spread on, like this red I don't love, this red I don't love, it's a bit far away from everything, and this one as well, kind of tight up against a cushion. So I'm going to go yellows. First shot I'm going to try and land back in this spot right here. Just needs to travel past the red, don't want to hamper bridging, so I'm on that line, want it to be there, so I'm on that straight line from there. Now it's just a case of figuring out where this ball goes. I think I'll play this one first. I really don't want to leave that till last, but I might be forced to. Dead straight on this. Ideally, I can land here. If I can land on that spot for this ball, I can screw back through this gap, end up there for that. It's a bit risky, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so I think I'm straight on that. So I should be able to come through the gap and aim for around the shot, like where the red is. Aim for something like that on this ball. Maybe come out for this yellow to the middle. Okay. I don't think I can land that yet, red to the yellow to the middle, but I should be able to land it to the top corner. Okay, and I just need to leave the cue ball roughly where the yellow is. That's not a good shot. All right, let's get rid of that. That was the first clearance there, so wasn't expecting much. By the way, the GoPro, so the YouTube, the only downside with the GoPro on YouTube, obviously I can't see the comments. The other issue is the battery life. So when the GoPro's battery runs out, which is probably an hour, I'm assuming that's just when the live ends. Recently started, so guys on YouTube, you can see how I read the comments on TikTok. It's all screen mirrored from the camera above, if you've ever wondered. Normally I can do the same on YouTube, but it doesn't seem to like it, so. How long have I been live? Not long. 20 minutes? That was the first frame and it was a missed clearance, so 0-1. Nice split. Right, what am I doing? Just clear that out of the way. Right, you guys pick. What would you go for, reds or yellows? Write your colour in the chat. Let's change the score on the scoreboard. See how many people, see if we've got any questions on YouTube. Any trolls about? Yeah, probably loads. Cheers, Albert. How are we doing, Wayne? Good to see you, mate. Right, so let's look at the layout. So the first red isn't obvious. That red doesn't go past that yellow. If it did, I'd probably lean towards going reds here. So that's the worst ball on the table. This red is actually really bad as well because it doesn't go into that middle pocket, whereas this yellow does go in there. So that's why I'm leaning towards yellows. I think these 3 you're probably going to play first. Although there's a potential that if I could play this one and screw off this cushion and land here, you might play that one second to try and land here for the bad yellow, then deal with these 2. No, okay, I'll probably leave this ball till last, I think. Second last. Something like that. I don't exactly know what I'm going to do yet, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so I'm on this one to the corner. The black's in a really awkward place. Probably going to try and go into that from there on this ball. Try and go into the black. Need to play this with a bit of top left, small amount of left, go into the black. Missed the black, okay. Shot's eye. Alright, so that's now awkward. Really awkward. Wow. Not a good shot. Did that disrupt the live? No, it didn't. Perfect. Okay, probably going to try and leave this till last now. I know I'm hitting the red, but I'm hopeful I can bounce off it and come into the middle of the table. Or do that. Oh, not that. Not that. Oh, I thought I was going to develop that yellow. Yeah, now we're in all sorts of bother here. Need one good shot. Come off the cushion. Try and put this yellow in the corner. If I can get this, then it should be an easy finish. No, just slide again. Sliding, sliding, sliding. All day long, slide. Yeah, I appreciate that, Wayne. How is the stream on there, by the way? Obviously, first time I've ever gone live from my head camera. I can't see any of the chat unless I look at my phone. So anyone who wants to watch this stream from above the table, check out my TikTok account, Attacking 8ball. This is the first time, like I said, I've ever gone live from my head camera, so it just gives you guys a slightly different experience. Only issue with it, we've basically got until the live stream, so till the battery goes out. So all right, let's go again. 0-2, not a great start. Watching on both, nice. Is there a lag? Is there a delay on YouTube? I assume there is, but yeah, let me know. All right, what would you guys go for here? Slight delay, okay. Yeah, what would you guys go for, reds or yellows? Write it in the chat. I think there's only one answer. I can't see any yellow. Reds aren't great, but you definitely can't go yellows because you don't have a ball to go for first. So this red is the worst red on the table, but if you can land in this position, so I'll put the chalk down, if you can land there, you could go from there, bottom left-hand side, and try and break that out maybe. But really, the first shot is probably the hardest one. This is not as easy as it looks. Yeah, and I missed it by a country mile. All right, let's go again. 0-3, not a great start, but I am wearing a head camera, so do forgive me. Just gonna update the scoreboard. Let's get the numbers right. 3. Let's get the brake cue. Let's get the brake pad. Where's the brake pad? Put it there. Okay. Oh, if only that, yeah, if that had dropped. I mean, I have to go yellows, but there's, again, first yellow, just awful. That wasn't a great break. That was actually a really bad contact. Black ball rules, I'll be able to go red onto yellow, but I'm not playing black ball. If I try and cut that, I'm probably going straight on off. Not easy. I've got to go yellow onto red, onto yellow. So I'll try and look for that shot right there. Right, so just about got it, but cue ball's in nowhere. Again, cue ball nowhere. Need to get a bit lucky with the position. Needs to be here, really. This, again, is a super difficult shot. Oh, that deserved to go in, I reckon. Again, just these ugly breaks at the moment, not doing me any favours. Is it necessary to have your own cue? I would say so, just due to consistency, or down to consistency. You want to be consistent with when you play, and if you're learning with a cue and then you change cues, if the weight is different or the tip is different, the mechanics of it changes completely. So in the learning, it's kind of like learning to drive a car. If you were to switch cars every time you learn to drive, you're probably going to take a while to learn how to drive. Whereas if you just stick with one, it becomes a little bit easier to learn. It's a very similar principle. All right, where's the brake pad? On the floor. 0-4. Not a great start. Again, if you've written a comment on YouTube, I will try and get to it, but I can't see the chat on YouTube. I can see it when I read my phone, but I'll be doing that in a bit. All right, we've got a yellow. Definitely going yellows. Again, not absolutely nailed on to get it, but much easier than reds. Let's see the chat. Tried some. Nice. Okay. All right, again, one good pot, and I should be in a position to be able to clear up. I think that's going to be second ball, but we'll see. Yeah, definitely that. Oh, don't run any more than that. Wow. Just carried on. Right, we're going for the plant then. These two are a little bit awkward, but should be able to figure them out. Now, which one do you go for next? Got a choice. This one or this one? I could go this one, actually. That's probably the best ball. Yeah. This is just going to open up the problem balls a little bit. And now they're all in the open. No real excuse for missing these. First ball most likely to where it is now. Getting from there to there, when I haven't really played, is awkward, but I've got to do it. Okay, I think I'm going to leave the black into this middle. It's just topspin, run behind it. Cool, first clearance. First ever clearance with this head camera during a live stream, which is cool. How many shots am I thinking ahead? It all depends on how the layout of the break goes, mate. So that was a question I was just asked on YouTube. How many shots ahead do you think? It literally varies. It could be one shot. It could be 7. I think the problem, I know I do sometimes do like talk through clearances where I go through every single shot from start to finish, but very rarely do I do that in a match in my own head. Because when you tend to think too much, which that is thinking too much, you tend to just mess up on the basics. So for me, it's probably an average of 2 to 3 shots ahead. But yeah, sometimes even 1. Where can you see the head camera angle? If you go on my YouTube channel, which is in the link in my TikTok bio, you'll be able to see it there. Oh, come on. How is that dry? All right, I'll give you guys the choice. What would you go for, reds or yellows? Not an ideal layout for either. Like, again, this is a situation where I'm not thinking 7 shots ahead. Yeah, what colour would you go for? I think I've got to go reds here. Although that yellow goes past that red and that red doesn't go past that yellow, so that is awkward. It's mainly this red, yellow. I hate this yellow. I could play that red long, actually. I'm going to do that second shot, I think. Play this one into the corner, in the middle. Should have gone off it. Why haven't I gone off of that? Just looking at that, why haven't I hit it into that? What an idiot. Didn't think I'd run around the back of this red, but that was a poor shot there. Only really saw it after I'd hit the ball. Should have played it off the red. So I've got to now play a plant, red onto red, which is just mega difficult. Yeah, that was never going to go in. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. Don't know what I was thinking. Should have gone red into red. How's it going, Ryan, mate? You all right? Again, if you want to see this live stream from my head camera, check out my YouTube channel, Attacking 8 Ball. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask. Should have gone yellow. Debatable. I think the yellows, if you can get that first red, and if I'd played that first red the way I should have done, off of the red that was tied to the yellow, then it probably would have been a fairly easy finish. Right, reds or yellows? Again, I think there's only one answer here. You guys can write what colour you would go for. It's not going to be a mega easy finish, I think, but should be a finish. Only reason why it's not going to be mega easy is because of this yellow. I think you always go yellows in this situation. These two reds are particularly stranded. If that red were here, I might be tempted to go reds, but all of the yellows are in the middle of the table. This is the problem yellow. It does go into that corner, and it kind of half pocket goes into that corner, but I'd rather kind of land here for it into the middle. So I just got to think how I'm doing. This is a clearance where you can potentially think 6 shots ahead, and I'll try and do that. But if you mess up, you're going to leave yourself some options, I think. All right, so 1 to there, 2 to there. If I land on this position, I'm going to try and land on the problem ball straight away. So I'm going to try and land here, ideally for 3. What's left? And then it will go 4, 5, screw back here for the last yellow, 6, and then come up table for the black. What will dictate that is the angle that I'm left with on this. If I'm not straight on it, I'm going to change the pattern. And yeah, see, I'm not straight on it, so I'm probably going to have to. You see how it's impossible to get from this ball to this ball. However, ooh, do I get to it from that? I might be able to. Pinch the pocket, I might be able to get onto it from this. Yeah. All right, so we're in position on the bad ball, which is nice. Now we've just got to figure out the order for the last 4. It's dead straight. If it were 1 centimetre to the right, I'd be able to play this ball second. I don't think I'm gonna though. I really want to. I'm gonna try and punch it in and play this ball second. Just to get a little bit more movement in the cue ball. I've got a choice of 2 here. The problem with going for this one first is that you obviously have to land here, and then getting from that ball to this ball isn't super easy. So you want to play the one in the middle first. Again, leave a shot on both. Leave a choice. Which one do I prefer? Based on where the black is, you're probably likely to play this one second. So I want to be pretty much where the cue ball is now, ideally, from this ball. So I'm play left-hand side off, back to roughly where I am now. Too much, not enough. But if I'm straight, that's fine. Should just be able to run, like I want it to be here so I could play the black into the same pocket, but should be able to just run a bit of topspin through for the middle. What an idiot. Anyway, ignore that. Not sure how much battery I've got on my what do you call it, GoPro. That should have been a very, very simple finish. But yeah, live on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. Do you recommend restarting? Not if you're a beginner, not necessarily. Just try and pop balls. Try and get used to working on basic 2-ball patterns before you move on to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. But yeah, no point if you're a beginner in restarting every time you miss, because you're never going to learn to string basic pots together. Okay. How soon am I trying to get rid of the problem ball? Very soon. Okay, where's the thing? Right here. Yeah, as early as possible I'm trying to get that problem ball out. Not a terrible break, but again, not mega easy for either colour. I think the first ball on yellows isn't great. What do you guys go, reds or yellows? They've both got a really bad ball, which is this one. That one's not great either if you're reds, and neither is this one. So reds, I mean, you're probably not going to go yellows, are you? No. We're not going to go yellows. I think yellows are easier. We're not going to go reds. I think yellows are easier developed. More likely to be developed. All right, so I'm going to play this one first. I'm going to come back for these two because I'm not worried about these two. One good shot, come on. Missed it again to that corner. Wow, I'm just going to keep going. Not playing well enough at the moment to string clearances together. Hit that ball. All right. I'm hoping it's just wearing the GoPro that's throwing me off a little bit, but because I have to hold my chin up when I play a shot, but excuses. Let's go again. I've given up with the scoreboard for the time being, just because I'm not getting any kind of regular rhythm with the live at the moment. Who won in the end? I lost 3-1 to Sai. Maybe I'm over too far to the left. Let's get a good break with it slightly more centered. Felt good, just no. All right, I think you've got to go yellows here based on that red in the corner being just a nightmare. Even though there's some easy reds in the middle of the table, no point in going reds if you can't get that. And these yellows all block basically the development shot. So I can play international rules, I can play yellow onto red onto yellow. The ideal scenario is that red moves away a little bit and doesn't stay in the pocket. So I'm going to hit this quite hard. Okay, now the problem becomes the black. So how do you develop that? That's the question. These 3 yellows are also not great. Ideally, this yellow is the one that plays out the red. So if you can play, that's not easy. You can play that yellow onto the red. In fact, this one might be, or this one. Probably this one. So I think I've got to get rid of that ball as early as possible to be able to play this yellow onto that red and move it. So to get into a position like this, I'm going to be playing this ball first, this ball will be second, and likelihood this ball third to get me there or something. I'm going to figure it out in a sec. All right, so now the question becomes, how do I get into this position to be able to play that yellow onto the red? I'll try and do it now, actually. I'm just going to screw back from here. Nope, not enough. I've hit the red, which is a nightmare. And that's now a plant, which isn't terrible. So I'll figure out how... Okay, so now the way to develop the red becomes play yellow first into the middle, then play the plant, screw back slightly to leave this yellow where it is and the white, the cue ball there, then play yellow onto red, pot it, and then leave this red, yellow last, and then the black. Very long-winded, this. Okay, so where do I leave the cue ball to leave a straight shot on that yellow? Just got to come back slightly. Hope the yellow doesn't go next to the other yellow. God. It went next to the other yellow. Just needed it to be a millimetre to the left. What an idiot. Answers on a postcard now. Play this yellow off of this red and in, knowing that I should, if I hit that cushion off the red and in, should be coming across back to around this position to get yellow onto yellow. Big ask. Big ask. Or just completely double it straight into the corner. What an idiot. Alright, so at least we got a chance. But yeah, yellow onto red, break yellow out, break red out, pot black. Oh, it's a little bit unlucky, but it deserved after that fucking fluke on that yellow. Didn't think it would straighten up that much. I'm playing these doubles as if the cushions are still sliding. But anyone who says that was a good shot to the corner, no, it wasn't. It was a fluke. I know I'm talking a lot, but obviously want to give you guys as much info as possible. If you're not a fan of the talk, then obviously I'm not offended if you swipe to another channel. But it gets boring for me if I just play pool and don't say what's going on in my head, unless I'm playing in a match. So let's see some questions. Oh, cross double plant. Thanks for talking through every frame. I appreciate that, mate. Any questions on TikTok? Okay. Bit of a better split that time. Just need the balls to stay away from each other. Not ideal. If I could see that red, reds would be quite easy. But again, it's a situation very similar to what I was having the other day in practice. Every ball was just difficult. Like that's the first yellow, but then you've got the problem yellow here, which is the worst ball on the table, and the stranded yellow up there. So I definitely would rather go reds, and I'd love to be able to see that red right now, but I can't. So I've got to play that red and eventually come back into this position, or develop that red, possibly from this ball at some point. So I could do that now. I think I'm gonna. I don't trust myself at the moment. I could play that one to the middle. The thing is, I could play this one to the middle and then this one in there and try and land here, but I have to be inch perfect. I don't want to be here, obviously don't want to be here. So I think going into this, knowing that I'm going to be leaving myself a shot choice of 1, 2 or 3, I think going into this problem with the first red is the shot. I'd hope to be able to leave a shot on this to that corner. Am I on it to that corner? Yeah. So now I'll just figure out a pattern between the last 4 balls. So this is obviously ball 1 to that corner. You could arguably play it last. I think I don't want to be kind of queuing over it like this. So I'm going to play it first, leave the cue ball roughly here, play this ball second, screw back to here, play this one third, come over to here, play this one fourth, and then just topspin down for the black into the corner. Should be making this 9 times out of 10, so just got to concentrate. Dead straight on that. Slightly off straight, but I should be able to hold for the one to the corner. So this is where I rush. I've got to think about the angle I'm leaving on the red. I can't be too far over here. If I'm where that red is, the angle to get on the black's terrible. Whereas if I'm here, I can just top through to there. So I just want to make sure, don't rush this one. Okay. And then just top through for the black. Wiped his feet. Second clearance of the day. I'll take that. If you guys have got any questions, let me know. I am wearing my head camera today. If you want to see this live from my head camera, be sure to check out my YouTube channel, which is Attacking 8 Ball. The link is in my TikTok bio. Likewise, if you're on YouTube and you want to see that angle on the TV, the camera is above my head. Also has music. Yeah, go check out my TikTok bio, TikTok page in your YouTube bio. My YouTube bio. Right, let's see if we've got any questions. Not yet, not yet. We will, I'm sure. How many we got? 12 on YouTube. Much appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, first time ever on the head camera. And there is 715 of you on TikTok. Good stuff. Right, better split that time. Wow. Same situation as before with the red and yellow tied in the middle. I don't know if I'm racking them a certain way or what. So with this, I want to be getting rid of the problem ball as early as possible, or breaking it out as early as possible. So this is the problem. I also consider this to be a problem, but I can get rid of that first shot by playing a plant, or do I do that first shot and try and break up that? No, I'm going to try and get rid of the one to the corner, or one on the rail. Okay, now, how do I develop that problem ball? I think I'm going to try and do what I was saying before. If I can get to here, I know this red is in the way, and I don't need to move it really. I should, if I can get to, from this ball, if I can land here. So I'm going to play this ball now, land where the chalk is. All I've got to do is play that red into the middle, and plain ball, it's going to go red onto yellow, knowing that I should be leaving myself one of these two. Worst case scenario, I'll leave myself a shot on this. Is that a good angle? Looks pretty good from this angle. The only issue, I wanted it to be here, because then I could hit it plain ball. The only thing with this now, I've got to actually put some spin on the cue ball to get it to go into that red and that red. I need to hit that red plain ball. Or straight into it, sorry. Okay, so it's broken that red going in. Thought it might. That red going in isn't, yellow going in isn't an issue. The main issue is where those two reds have gone. That red, that's close. I think I'm going right side jaw. Might have to try and land on them to the middle. God, that's terrible. I don't want to do that. If I can land here from this next red, can't get to that one. I'll try and play that with right. Ugh, don't trust this, but I've got to. Yeah. See the spin I put on that just to get it to straighten up a little bit. Yeah, let's go this one first, I think. I just need to roll this red in. Black in the middle. Cool. Have you got an angle to get into them again? No, I didn't really need to, but I could have. But I didn't really need to. I think if I just landed on that red, cheated the pocket a little bit and obviously played with right hand side, didn't need to do anything with that. I think that's like, is that 3 in a row? Might be 3 in a row. It's at least 2 in a row. I'm not actually keeping score. I think it's like 7-3 if I were to guess. Again, for the 850 of you on TikTok, if you guys want to see what it's like playing from my perspective, viewing from my perspective, then check out my YouTube channel. Link is in my TikTok bio, and you'll be able to see this from my head camera. Not sure how much battery I've got left on my head camera, that's the only issue. So not a great break in terms of the cue ball. See how it's spinning? See how the cue ball's spinning? So I just hit the right hand side there, so that wasn't great. And you can see by the split, it just wasn't a clean connection. Let me just check my my battery on my head camera. Give me 2 seconds. 40%. Wow, that's going quick. So it's probably, based on that, we've probably only got about half an hour left, I reckon. It's a shame I can't, like, don't know if anyone knows anything about GoPros, but if you can charge a GoPro whilst you're wearing it, that'd be great. If anyone could answer that, let me know. Right, I've got to go reds here. I've got to play this red to there and hope to get lucky to land on another red. Could play the plant, don't want to. Right, that's opened up some of them. This red's obviously the worst one, but if you can land here, play that and just roll it in, you've got a shot on that red to that corner, so it's not absolutely terrible. Sorry, I'm just adjusting this because it's just starting to feel a little bit weird on my head. Okay, what am I doing here? What am I doing? Play this one first, screw back to where the black is. Now, I know I'm hampered here, but I'm not too concerned about that, or actually I am. I wasn't going to be, didn't think it would be an issue, but that is not good. Oh, wow. Talk about plum. I'm on that to the corner, but I don't see the value of taking that to the corner, to be honest. There's no easy position from there. I'll try and screw out from here. Completely miscued it. All right, so we start again. I should have played the one to the corner. Let's get the scoreboard off. Yeah, so the Ultimate Pool Master Cue, for the person who's asking, is the one that I recommend to anyone who's a beginner, intermediate level. Link is in my YouTube and TikTok bio. Let's see if we've got any recent questions on YouTube. Just need an external charger. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I'll figure that out. What have I got on my head? GoPro. So if you want to see this live stream from my perspective, tune into my YouTube channel, Attacking 8 Ball. Come on, it's probably the best break I've had today. Nothing down. Wow. Nothing down, and the usual 2 balls tied up. I think we gotta go reds. Don't see an easy way to develop this ball or this ball. Although I don't mind the other yellows. Gotta go reds here. First red's gonna be the one to break the problem out, I think. This one to the corner, screw back straight into it, knowing that I should be leaving myself a worst case scenario of at least a shot on this. But I'd like to be on this one to this middle bag. Stop. Oh, just hit it too hard. Well, otherwise I would have been on it to that middle bag. Right. Now the question becomes, where does this one go? Because this one, I'm not too worried about, or this one, because if I land here for this one, that will naturally lead me onto here for this one. This yellow is really awkward, but I've got to try and figure it out. So where's that red going? Don't like trying to play it into the middle. I think it doubles. So if I play this ball after this one, it will double into this middle. So that's a way of putting it. So now I've just got to figure out, well, everything. First shot, topspin, land here for this ball. So run all the way down. Very missable, and the position is missable as well. Especially when you don't get into the cue ball whatsoever. So I wanted to be here. You see how much I've missed that by. I've got to play this one, but those two yellows are going to be a nightmare. If I can play directly into them, I might be able to leave this one. In fact, I think I can if I can screw straight into them. Yeah. So now I've got to figure out. I've got 3 balls out of these 4 figured out, and this one being the last ball, black likely in the middle. But yeah, so as I was saying before, this ball is here. That then followed by this ball is second. That's going to be followed likely by the double on this ball to the middle, into this middle. Then move the cue ball back to here, and I'm going to be left with something like this on the last ball. Don't love it. The best I could do is kind of land here, and I'd love to be here because I could play that, come here and land roughly here for the black into the middle. So this is all about the first 2 shots really. This is missable. Let's make it. Okay, so come off the cushion. Now then, do I leave the double from this ball? I don't think I can, but I don't really want to, because I can now, with the angle that I've got on this ball, and run that in and move over to here to play this ball now, then get to there, play the double, leave the cue ball roughly where the red is, maybe 2 inches forwards, double into the middle and then black into this corner. So that's what I'm going to do, because I think that's a little bit easier. Oh, give me an angle. Couldn't give me an angle, could it? Can I cheat the pocket? If it was a millimetre to the left, I'll be able to land on the double. Now I've got to try and screw into the black, I think, and break the red out. So I don't think I can get to there with the angle that I've got. Don't want to get to here. Can't double that because the yellow's in the way. Let's try and just break into the red, screw into the black, and hopefully get it out. Couldn't have landed much better than that. And now with a little bit of topspin, should be able to break into the middle of yellow and black and leave black into this corner. Wow. Hit yellow and black, didn't get the black moving at all. Just needed it a centimetre further forward than it is. Still goes, just got to avoid the push shot, and that's almost impossible from this angle, but how far I am away from the table, but I'm going to give it a go. It's probably going to be a push shot, but I'm going to count it anyway because it will look good. No, it wasn't in the end, fair enough. All right, got there in the end. A little bit of a jigsaw, that one. Again, hopefully the YouTube camera is adding value. If you guys could give me some feedback on it, just let me know. Is it better? Is it worse than the above the table camera? Is it giving you a headache? Because I'm moving my head constantly. Let's have a look. Got any questions? Shot developing, appreciate that. And we've got 15 of you on YouTube, much appreciate you guys tuning in. 750 of you on TikTok, again, appreciate the views, appreciate the likes, follows, shares. The GoPro is streaming on YouTube, but not for much longer because the battery is on its way out, I think. Oh, come on, don't go in. That's the nicest split, but again, that's about the 20th time that I've had a red and yellow sit on top of each other in this session. Good thing to practice though. The worst thing about this is the cue ball, although I've got the red to the corner, so that's easy. Kind of dictated by that ball that I have to go reds here. Let me just check the battery life left on the GoPro. 32%, so that's actually not moved for a little bit of time. So I'm getting about an hour streaming on YouTube with this, unless I get an external charger. So I want to play this, hopefully leave this ball to the corner next. Yep, so that's fine. Although I could play that to the middle because that's going to be difficult to land on later. Obviously I'm on this one and it's an easier pot, but playing that one now makes sense because I have to otherwise come back to that position later and it's going to be difficult to do from those balls. So I'm going to try and play this one now. Question is, what do I play after that? Probably the plant. So I'm going to run down table for the plant after this. Unless I'm on the one to the bottom, which I am. Can I play this with right hand side, try and break into these two? I need to, but I don't think these cushions are going to grip this. So lots of right would normally, yeah, see the slide it got? Very lucky to be on that. But you see the slide, any other table that would have gone back to there, but the spin just didn't have any effect, almost like it played plain ball. All right, so how do I break that red out? You don't want to do it with this ball. From where that red is, playing that to middle and try and break that red out, very difficult, very acute angle. I'll try and screw into it from here. Not much angle, but I'm going to give it a go. Pinch the left side of the pocket. Nope, straight in, is it? Get it out. Oh, anywhere but there. Anywhere but there. It's a little too high. Okay, interesting, good feedback, thank you. Nearly. Is it a little bit high when I'm... It's a little bit high when I'm close to the table, I bet. I've had that issue before. But I appreciate the feedback, Elliot. Again, anyone who's on YouTube who wants to write similar feedback, it's the first time I've ever gone live on YouTube on my GoPro. So be sure to let me know what you think. 1 sec. Okay, the goal is let's not have two balls that are different colours clustered on top of each other. And pot ball. All right, I've got to go reds here. There's no first yellow. Again, I think this live has been dominated by red and yellow like touching in one area on the table, or the cue ball being in the jaws of the pocket. Really want to go yellows. Don't really have a yellow. Problem with reds, this red here. Does it go? Actually, it might sneak in. All right, nah, let's go reds. Try and make this one and then go from there. Wasn't really thinking about position there, but I've landed on arguably the worst red on the table, which is good. This red's going to be last for the black in there, I think, so what goes before that? This red, followed by this red, followed by this red, followed by this red. Do I switch those two? I think I do. I'm going to go this one first. Miss it, of course. Let's pot it anyway, whatever. Just pretend that went in. That was a little bit rushed, that. Didn't need to do that at all. Cool. Okay. What time is it? Anyone got the time? Can't see it on the screen. Could just check my phone, but you know. We'll get the 9 balls set out of this after this one. Get the 9 balls set out. I've got probably about 20 to 25% battery left on my GoPro.